Well, ladies and gentlemen, for the third time in the last 12 months, the Republicans have managed to shut down the federal government once again. Yes, we are now in our third government shutdown since last January. And while this one is a partial government shutdown, only about 25% of the federal government is currently inactive, basically working without pay, which includes 400,000 federal workers. At least we've got 75% functioning, so I guess that's something. And while we could talk about, the squabbling, over the border wall, will they fund it, won't they fund it, who knows? Is it still a wall? Is it steel slats with spikes on tops? It's anybody's guess at this point. The important thing to take away from this is the fact that the Republicans control all three branches of government, and for the third time in 12 months, they've shut it down. That is a failure of leadership. That is a failure of the Republican Party. This is not on the Democrats because they don't want to give funding for a border wall. This is 100% on the Republican Party. And that's what people in this country need to remember. It's not about Democrats not wanting to give $5 billion for the wall. They only want to give $1.3 billion for border security, which would be used for the wall, so I don't know why they would even bother offering that. But nonetheless, this is a Republican shutdown, and it's the third one we've had this year. The federal government is poised to lose billions of dollars. The economy is going to lose billions of dollars from the lack of activity. National parks are going to suffer over the next few days as people who are on vacation and would probably love to see those areas are told that they are not allowed in because the government is shut down. Here's what's going to happen. The Senate has to approve a deal that would include Donald Trump's border wall funding in order for the president to sign it and reopen the federal government. The Senate needs 60 votes in order to do that. They only have 51 Republicans. You're not going to find 9 turncoat Democrats, which I know is a surprising thing to say, but you're not going to find 9 who are willing to jump ship, go to the Republicans, and end the shutdown. What's more likely to happen is that the Republicans, the president himself, is going to have to cave. Because in 1 week, Democrats take control of the House of Representatives. And at that point, whatever legislation the House has already currently passed that does include the president's border wall funding is going to be shot down, it's going to be rewritten, and it's not going to include a single dollar for the president's border spikes, or whatever you want to call them now. So yeah, if they don't reopen the federal government sometime between now and this day next week, basically, this could be a long road ahead. We could see more areas of the government shut down as a result of this. But at this point, the Democrats have to remain steadfast. And more importantly, they have to continuously remind the American public that the Republican-controlled government, all three branches, even though the judiciary didn't have anything to do with this, they control all three branches. And that is exactly how many times they've also shut down the federal government this year because the Republican Party is completely dysfunctional.